I kicked my friend out of our cabin in Patagonia and left him with no money. Was I wrong to do that? I'm 24 years old. I organized a last-minute trip to Patagonia. I invited a 24-year-old friend, Agustin, to join me. I had booked a cabin and didn't want to stay alone. I asked a few friends until Agustin agreed to come along. We didn't make an itinerary. He refused to meet up beforehand. Throughout our time there, several incidents created tension. The biggest one was a planned 5-hour mountain trek. We got a very late start that afternoon. Agustin slept in all morning, despite our agreement to wake up early. He was cranky and refused to get up. To keep the peace, I made us breakfast. When we got to the trailhead, Agustin got cold feet. A stranger warned us not to start so late. I suggested we ask the Park Information Center for advice. Most people agreed we had enough time, so we went ahead. I told him I was fine with turning back if he felt uncomfortable. He then claimed, "I'm not worried about me trekking, I'm worried about you trekking," which felt like a deflection. We ended up staying overnight on the mountain. Agustin refused to camp at first. He suggested I sleep alone and hike back down by myself the next day, so he could descend immediately. I knew it was a bad idea to descend in the dark. I reluctantly agreed to go with him so I wouldn't trek alone. He rushed me to hurry up with my photos and leave. But that's not even the worst part. While I was taking pictures, he dove into the lake. Then he smoked a blunt with a stranger. And then he abruptly decided he was willing to stay at the campsite after all. His behavior at the campsite was disrespectful. He wanted to urinate right next to our sleeping area because it was cold. When I asked him to go farther away, he got upset. He ripped my sleeping bag off me in the freezing cold. He then smoked cigarettes right beside me multiple times during the night. He didn't even ask if the smoke bothered me, despite my previous requests for him to wash his hands because they smelled of smoke. The next morning, when it was time to hike down, Agustin was content to let me go alone. He wanted to have some tea first. He felt I was rushing him. I had already told him not to worry about paying for our shared accommodation. He claimed to be broke. When he finally arrived at the cabin later, his only question was, "How was it?" I told him I made it down safely, but was upset he was so willing to leave me to hike alone. He ignored me and offered no apology. Upset he didn't apologize, I asked him to leave and find his own place to stay. He immediately erupted, screaming insults at me. He called me a bitch and refused to let me speak. I don't want anyone to be homeless, but I did have him leave. I felt uncomfortable.
This person should no longer be your partner or your friend.
Everyone sucks here. Whoever you are talking about was definitely not happy about taking part in that trek and made it your problem. You suck because you completely disregarded.
So am I the a-hole? Or is Agustin? Let me know in the comments.
My boyfriend is driving me crazy with his food demands. Am I the a-hole if I tell him to just cook for himself? Am I the a-hole if I tell my boyfriend that if he wants food a certain way, he should just cook it himself? I feel like I'm being unreasonable. I know he'll say, "Seriously, you won't even make this tiny effort." But it's not about that at all. I love making him happy. I clean the house every week, just so he doesn't have to worry about it. We both work full-time. But I get home earlier. We have unspoken chore duties. I cook. He cleans the dishes, but I often do the dishes while cooking. To help him out, it's less for him to worry about. And then we can relax together. The thing we bicker about is food, and I hate it. I'm very wary of eating healthy and nutritious. I follow a plant-based diet at home. He's been on board with everything I eat. I cook plant-based, and he eats it. He always tells me if he likes the dish, or if he hates it. I take it into account. He doesn't like edamame, so I stopped cooking it. He doesn't like peas, so I've never cooked them. I find nutritious replacements, like Brussels sprouts, or green beans, or cabbage. But lately, he's been getting so demanding with food. He plays the "I let us eat plant-based at home" card. He grills me about every ingredient. I say, "I'm cooking and doing my best. If you like the dish, what does it matter what ingredients I use?" He shuts me down. He says, "I'm super accommodating by letting us eat your diet. I ask for nothing. Can't you do this one thing for me?" It makes me feel bad. I feel stuck. I can't say anything, because I'll sound ungrateful. He asked me to put potatoes in my vegetable soups, which I do, but it's never enough. All he wants in the soup is potatoes, onions, and leeks, nothing else. I try to make soup nutritious by adding vegetables that pair well. But he loses his mind if I add cauliflower and not just potatoes. I don't know.
Not the a-hole. What is going on with all these women who let themselves be treated like doormats? Who raised you? What was your family dynamic like growing up?
He's letting you cook plant-based. Do you need his permission? You're the one doing the cooking. He's very lucky to have someone cooking all his evening meals, especially someone who cares.
So, am I the a-hole, or is he being completely unreasonable? Let me know in the comments.
I bought my partner an expensive birthday gift, but now she's furious. Am I the a-hole for not paying to have my partner's birthday gift professionally framed? I gave my partner a painting for her birthday. It's by one of her favorite artists. She already owns several pieces from this artist. A while back, the artist was having a sale. My partner mentioned she was thinking about buying one, but she decided not to. When she realized the price was in US dollars and not Canadian, that made it too expensive. I ended up buying the piece as a surprise for her birthday. It cost me about 1,400 Canadian dollars. Afterward, she told me it would cost around $850 to get the piece professionally framed. Apparently, this specific artwork requires a special frame and glass to properly preserve it. That's also what the artist recommends. The pieces also tend to appreciate in value, so proper framing matters. My partner is now upset. She feels that she's stuck paying for the framing. She says it isn't affordable for her. She believes that since I bought the artwork as a gift, I should have agreed to cover the framing as well. Otherwise, it's not really a gift if she now has to spend $850 because of it. From my perspective, I already spent a significant amount on the gift itself. I didn't realize framing would cost that much. I also didn't intend to give her a financial burden. I just wanted to surprise her with something meaningful. She has also expressed frustration that she had to bring this to my attention, and that I didn't realize or come to the conclusion on my own.
This is a tough one. I'm an artist and I collect art. And yes, framing is sometimes as expensive as the art itself, especially when it needs a glass cover for certain oil-based media that never fully dries.
Not the a-hole. Yes, you bought an incredibly generous gift. Yes, that gift is also a burden for her, because she cannot currently afford to give it proper care. Work together to sort out something that happens.
So, am I the a-hole, or is she? What would you do? Let me know in the comments.
My roommate expects me to babysit her toddler, but I work from home. Am I the a-hole for saying no? I'm a 30-year-old woman. I live with a roommate who has a toddler. I work from home full-time, and I have a very strict schedule. I have meetings and deadlines. Recently, my roommate has been asking me to watch their toddler during the day. They want to run errands or have some free time. I've refused multiple times. The toddler is very loud and unpredictable. Watching them seriously disrupts my ability to focus and meet my work commitments. I've offered to help out occasionally, but I made it clear that I can't take on regular babysitting. My roommate says I'm being selfish and not a good friend. Especially since we share the apartment and they don't have family nearby, so am I the a-hole?
Not the a-hole. I'm so tired of people having children and expecting others to take care of them.
Not the a-hole. Your roommate sucks for not accepting no. You are working. You aren't free to just be available to babysit.
Am I the a-hole, or is my roommate? Let me know what you think.